Good morning, good evening, and good night to all. This is Reading in Solitude, and I'm your host of Reading in Solitude. Now, tonight we're going to be reading a story found on Wattpad, actually. And the story is called Tornado X Male Reader, Volume 1, One Punch Man. And it's got some sort of check mark next to it. And to be honest, I don't really know what that means. Like the check mark. I don't know if that's like to say like it's finished or something. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not actually the Wattpad connoisseur, but rather more of just a Wattpad story enthusiast. Now, this story is by Egglord Akuzma. That's my best guess. I don't speak Japanese. I'd have to ask one of my girls if they knew how to say this. I don't. But the story is essentially about, I guess, an OC of sorts, or I don't really know. Do male reader characters count as OCs? Maybe not. And Tornado of Terror, or Terrible Tornado, or Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. So, I've already tried to read through this story, and I got to chapter 3, and let's just say I think I lost part of my sanity at chapter 3, and this is a 17-chapter story. The chapters are also extremely short, so we'll see if I can get through this attempt at a recording. I got an ad for The Grudge here on the side. That's cool, I guess. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. Chapter 1. Morning. You yawn as you spring out of bed. Tatsumaki, the S-class hero, known as Terrible Tornado, is your roommate. She's already awoken. You awake, sleepyhead? Tatsumaki asked. You nod. You and Tatsumaki have been friends for about a year, but you've been roommates for just 3 months. You're a Class A hero. I made breakfast, Tatsumaki said. You get up, change, eat breakfast, and take a shower. Why are you rushing? Tatsumaki asked. I'm just meeting up with your sister, that's all, you say. Tatsumaki smirks. I'm sure that's all, she whispers as you go and visit Blizzard. You and Blizzard have secretly been training for a while, and nobody knows about this. You arrive at Blizzard's house. Hey, Blizzard. I'm here, you say. Your voice echoes in Blizzard's labyrinth of a house. Coming, Blizzard yells as she runs down the stairs. She was in pajamas. You're here early, Blizzard said. Well, you did want me to train longer, so I came here earlier. Didn't you also tell me to come here earlier? You reply. Blizzard stood there with a blank expression. Well, in that case, let's begin your training now, she said with a follow me gesture. Chapter 2. Pool. After 2 hours of training, you're very tired. Blizzard has passed out on the couch. You look around. You didn't want to wake up, Blizzard. You want to let her sleep. You open the back door and you peek out. It's quiet and there's a nice cool breeze. You step out and remember something. The best place to cool off is in Blizzard's pool. You gaze at Blizzard's pool, which is massive. You decide that Blizzard wouldn't mind if you took a little swim. You take off your shirt and throw it to the side. You get ready to dive into the pool. 3, 2, 1. You dive. Splash. You like the cold water on your skin. Suddenly, you hear the back door slide open. You turn around immediately in the water. Out comes Blizzard, rubbing her eyes. What are you doing out here? Blizzard asks. Cooling off, you say. Blizzard giggles a little bit. Are you Thinking what I'm thinking? She asks, a little tired. Yep, you reply in a very chill voice. Pool party, you both yell. I'll get some drinks, Blizzard says, rushing back inside. I'll send out the invitations, you say as you whip out your phone and start texting people these two messages. Come to Blizzard's house at 8:30. Pool party. Chapter 3. Skinny dipping. Everyone is outside in the backyard, either in the pool or drinking Pepsi or Sprite or Coca-Cola or some sort of alcohol. The people at the party were you, Tornado, Blizzard, the S-Class hero, Genos, and the Class B hero, Saitama. Genos decided to bring along Class S hero, King. Hey guys, you want to see me do something stupid? Let's go skinny dipping, King yelled, drunk. Nobody was against the idea. Tornado looked a bit uncomfortable. You walk over to her. Tatsumaki, are you okay? You ask. Yeah, I'm fine, she replied with her arms crossed. So, who strips first? King asked, still drunk. I guess me, Saitama said. Now the party starts, Blizzard said, also drunk. Ah, yes, that's nice, Saitama said. Well, me next, Genos replied. Genos stripped his clothes off and jumped into the pool. And next Blizzard and then King. Come on, sis, Blizzard yelled from across the pool. Okay, Tatsumaki said, shaking. She slowly removed her clothes one piece at a time. You blush as you look at Tatsumaki naked. Tatsumaki slowly got into the pool. You stripped off your clothes and got in. You stayed close to Tatsumaki. Hey guys, do you want to do something else stupid? King asked. How about, spin the bottle? Blizzard asked. Everybody besides you and Tatsumaki say yes. You look at her and she's very clearly uncomfortable. Everybody can't wait to spin the bottle, and by everybody, everyone besides Tatsumaki. I'll spin first, Saitama says. You got inside late and sprinted to the table and sat next to Tatsumaki. Tatsumaki looks like she's about to cry a little. Saitama hit the bottle with all of his might and the bottle spun at least 15 times. It was getting slower and slower and slower until finally it stopped. Everyone was laughing. It landed on the person sitting on the edge of the couch you were on. You peek over and see who Saitama had to kiss. Blizzard. Pack her up, Blizzard, Saitama said as he gave Blizzard the biggest kiss on the lips she will ever receive. Saitama looks like he's kind of into it. You can't help from laughing. When they stop kissing, Blizzard is pale, and shortly after she passes out. Everyone bursts out laughing, which somehow woke up Blizzard. Hey, you. It's your turn now, Saitama says to you. You stare at the bottle and breathe in slowly. You spin the bottle really hard. It starts slowing down. Slower, slower, slower. Finally, it stops. It stops on the person next to you. Tatsumaki. She's blushing. She leans in slowly and then closes her eyes. You and Tatsumaki kiss. As you kiss, you realize something immediately. You and Tatsumaki have become something more. You both really seem to enjoy it. You pull away and don't say a single word. Chapter 5. Nighttime. Everyone decided to have a sleepover. Everyone was going to bed. You and Tatsumaki are sharing a bed. Blizzard thought it was a good idea to put you two together, and soon enough you are the only one awake in the house. Tatsumaki cuddles up next to you and makes a moaning noise. You take out your phone and take a photo of the two of you together, and make an Instagram post about it. You stare at Tatsumaki thinking that maybe you and Tatsumaki are more than just friends. You put your phone away and go to bed. You stare at her. She's quietly snoring. It's enough to make you smile, and you think about what you thought earlier. Something more. Chapter 6. The Date. You and Tatsumaki haven't talked to each other the next day until the evening. Tatsumaki, you say. Yes, she replies. I was thinking about yesterday, and, well, then I was thinking maybe we should go on a date. I felt tension between us. Like, our bond is stronger. It's okay if you say no. It really is. She stares at you, and you look at her and start to sweat. Tatsumaki smirks. Fine, I'll go on a date with you, she says cheerfully. You're overjoyed, but you try to hide the fact. That night, you and Tatsumaki are driving to a fancy restaurant. Hey, Tatsumaki, you say. Yes, she replies. In the back seat, there's a pair of sunglasses. Tatsumaki looks at you. Why? Well, I was just thinking there might be fans and paparazzi trying to get pictures of you, so, you might want to wear them, right? You say. She looks in the back of the car. There they are, a stylish pair of sunglasses with a Gucci sticker placed on the side. Tatsumaki smirks at the sunglasses as she puts them on. After about 15 minutes of driving, you arrive at the restaurant. You and Tatsumaki walk in and get a booth. When you sit down, a few people start staring at Tatsumaki. She's getting worried. I think I'm being noticed, she whispers. Close your hood, you reply. Tatsumaki tightens her hood and some people stop staring. A waiter comes and you two take your order. After a couple minutes, your food arrives. Tatsumaki's eating her food when she hears the sound of a gasping kid. She looked to her left and saw a kid with their phone recording. Oh shit, Tatsumaki says as she's cut off because of the food in her mouth. What? You reply, concerned. She points to the kid in the distance. That kid was now telling the rest of the restaurant that Tatsumaki was there. We need to get out, now, you say. You slam the money on the table and pay for the food. As the two of you move slowly towards the exit, you hear, Terrible tornadoes in this restaurant. Everybody looks at you and Tatsumaki. The two of you bolt out of the restaurant with about 100 people following you. The two of you quickly get into the car and you start the car and drive away as quick as possible. You almost even reached 130 miles per hour. You and Tatsumaki get back home, and when you turn on the TV, you see the news headline read, Class S hero Tatsumaki and Class A hero, your name spotted at restaurant. Chapter 7. Training. You wake up and see Tatsumaki making a mug of coffee float with her powers. Hey, Tatsumaki, I'm going to Blizzard's house now, you say. Okay, she replies, focusing on her mug. You notice that Tatsumaki must have been practicing this all night because her hair is a little messy. You arrive at Blizzard's house. Today's a special day. All of your training has led up to this moment. You will battle me in different conditions, Blizzard says. Our first fighting condition will be from underwater. I choose this method because when you get used to this condition, the others will be easy for you. You and Blizzard walk outside. You take off your shirt and get into the water. Blizzard takes off her clothes and reveals a nice swimsuit beneath. I hope you can hold your breath underwater for a while, she says, getting cocky. You both descend under the water. The both of you have wooden staffs, so the fight is equal. The battle begins and the two of you are swinging staffs at each other. You're able to lunge at Blizzard and pin her at the wall of the pool. She smirks under the water as she knocks you away and hits your head with the staff. There's a throbbing pain, but you won't let that stop you from fighting her. You thrust your staff at Blizzard's chest. You're able to knock her down, but she flips herself back up. Right when she's standing back up, you're able to whack her head. She grasps at the sides of her head for a moment, but she's still standing. You're running out of breath. You hear the back door open faintly. You look at the surface and see a familiar face. Tatsumaki. Blizzard told Tatsumaki about this showdown. So much for keeping this a secret. You continue to battle Blizzard, and then Blizzard hits you in the middle of your chest, and you take in a massive amount of water. You start coughing underwater. She notices and brings you back to the surface, tossing you out of the pool. Shit, 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 Tatsumaki repeats as she sees you knocked out. Blizzard hits you in the stomach with her staff, and you cough out a lot of water before waking up. Tatsumaki sighs in relief. I think that's enough training for today, Tatsumaki says, relieved. The three of you step back inside. Chapter 8. You versus Tatsumaki. You and Tatsumaki are both sitting on the couch. Blizzard is in front of the both of you. So our next battle condition will be in the air. Tatsumaki, it's your time, Blizzard says. You look confused. Tatsumaki uses her powers and lifts the both of you in the air. Wait, I have to fight my girlfriend? You yell at Blizzard. She nods. Come at me, Tatsumaki says. You get ready. Again, the both of you have staffs. You thrust your staff at Tatsumaki, but she just blocks it. You fake a thrust and hit her side, but it doesn't do much. She hits you right in the middle of the face, and you tumble in the air but quickly recover. Tatsumaki's smiling at you. You look down at Blizzard, who's sitting on the couch watching while eating popcorn. Seriously? You ask. Tatsumaki taps you on the shoulder. Come on, she says. You are able to pin Tatsumaki on the wall in the air like you did to Blizzard in the water. You push backwards and hit Tatsumaki's head really hard. Ow! Tatsumaki sputters as she grabs her head. She takes her hand away and you see that there's blood on her hand. There's also blood dripping from her head. Oh, shit. Are you okay, sis? Blizzard calls from below. I'm fine, Tatsumaki replies. She whips her staff at you and you dodge. She face plants into the wall. This time she pushes away feebly. Her forehead is bleeding now. Tatsumaki, you say. She charges at you and her staff hits the wall and snaps in two. She looks at her broken staff and laughs a little. She tries to hit you, but you dodge her attack. It would seem that she is getting slower. You start lowering to the ground, and the green aura made by Tatsumaki is fading. Tatsumaki, are you okay? You call. Her aura fades immediately and she falls from the air. You rush over and catch her. Tatsumaki looks at you, squinting. She moans and closes her eyes. That was crazy, Blizzard says, stunned. Your phone rings and you look to see who the caller is. It's King. You answer. Hey, King, you say. Yo, pimpin'. I'm on vacation, homeboy, so I wanted to bring some people down with me, yo. Got tickets to a convention and all that shit. Wanted to invite you and Tatsumaki. Okay. Alright, I'll pick you up at your house. No, not there. I'm at Saitama's house playing video games with him and Genos. You stare at Tatsumaki. I'll be there in 5, you say and hang up. Chapter 9. The Convention, Part 1. King has convinced you and Tatsumaki to come to the convention with him. Once you arrive, you can't believe your eyes. Awesome, right? King says. Yes, you reply. They got all kinds of cool stuff here, hombre, King says as he brought all of you to your hotel room. We'll sleep here in this room, he says. After you all drop off your stuff in your room, you guys start exploring the place. There are cosplayers everywhere. People dressed up as video game characters, OC costumes, fursuits, and much more. Tatsumaki is taking pictures of everything she likes and posting to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You think this place is impressive, huh? King asks. Yeah, you and Tatsumaki exclaim at the same time. The three of you start drifting off to a certain area in the convention, a bar. You walk up to the bartender to order drinks for all of you. The bartender is a female cosplayer wearing fox ears, a fox tail, and a tight blue outfit with fishnet leggings. Her outfit has a diamond cutout in the middle revealing some of her breasts and large amounts of cleavage. Can I get 3 beers? You ask. She looks suspicious at you. Oh, not just for me, but for them too, you say, laughing, pointing to King and Tatsumaki sitting 2 tables behind you. The bartender smiles and she gets the 3 of you beers and you pay for them. Let's get drunk, King shouts. All 3 of you do what King says and get drunk. You hombres want to go back to this place's club? King says in a drunk voice. Geez, this place has everything, you reply. You guys all walk over to the club and King is walking a little wobbly. The club was crowded. There were people dancing and loud music. You, King, and Tatsumaki look to the left and see more drinks. You and King smile at each other. The 2 of you start drinking more alcohol. Hey yo, this shit tastes lit, pimpin', King says. Damn right, you say, burping. The 2 of you look over to see Tatsumaki's head peeking out of the crowd. She's made her way to the front of the club. Your vision starts to get shaky. You stumble a bit. You didn't realize, but you had drank 5 whole bottles of alcohol. Are you okay? King asks in a wobbly voice. You throw up on the floor and pass out. Chapter 10, The Convention, Part 2. You wake up in your bed in the hotel room. You check the clock. It's already the next day. You sit up and you see King sleeping on the floor. In the bed next to you, Tatsumaki is laying down, sprawled out wearing some kind of black lingerie. You smile at the sight. Tatsumaki's snoring. You hop from your bed onto Tatsumaki's. She twitches and curls into a ball. King wakes up. What the hell happened? He asks. His voice wakes Tatsumaki. She looks dazed. She looks down at her clothes. Is this lingerie? What the hell was I wearing this? Tatsumaki yells. She finds clothes to put on. You better look away, she shouts. You and King twist your head away from Tatsumaki. Tatsumaki quickly changes out of her lingerie and into a crop top and shorts. Are we ready to go back out? Tatsumaki asks. Yeah, you say. King nods. You go back out to the convention. Let's go to the water park. What does this place not have? Tatsumaki yells. Thank God I packed swimsuits, you say. You enter the water park and get changed. King is wearing swim shorts that have pictures of cartoon PS4 controllers on them. You wear striped blue shorts, and Tatsumaki wears a green bikini. Hombres? Look up, King says. King points to a giant water slide above you. I have got to ride that. I have got to ride that, you say. You, King, and Tatsumaki rush to the line for the slide. It's fairly short. Thank God for that. When it's finally your turn to get in the slide, the raft you sit on has 3 seats, 1 for each. Tatsumaki is in the front. She turns back to you. She looks a bit uncomfortable. Despite fighting monsters at high altitudes, she never really did like intense rides. This fear started when she was on a roller coaster when she was 8 and got stuck at the top. The ride began and the raft was moving. You and King were really excited. Tatsumaki was shaking. The raft was twisting and turning. There was a drop coming up. The raft was getting to the end, but then it plunged at a high speed. Tatsumaki screamed, but the screams slowly turned into cheering. The 3 of you were cheering, and the ride shortly ended. Oh my God, that was awesome, Tatsumaki exclaimed. After 2 hours of being in the water park, you guys head back for the hotel. It's nighttime. Hey guys, you want to see something that I know you'll both like? Tatsumaki calls from the bathroom. Alright, You and King both call out. Tatsumaki bursts out of the bathroom wearing sexy pajamas. She strikes a pose and your mouth drops. That's fucking hot, you whisper. King goes to bed. You and Tatsumaki get in the same bed and kiss. Good night, you tell her as you turn off the lights. Chapter 11, The Convention Part 3. It's the last day of the convention. You wake up cuddled next to Tatsumaki. You hear that King is in the bathroom. You slowly get out of bed, trying not to disturb Tatsumaki. King walks out of the bathroom noisily, and he sees that Tatsumaki is sleeping and starts to sneak. Hey, amigo, I got us all souvenirs, he whispers from across the room. King tosses one at you and puts one on Tatsumaki's nightstand. You and King sit on the other bed. So? King asks. So what? You reply. King looks at you. I saw you and Tatsumaki cuddle up before you went to sleep. Did you two have sex? You look at King and start to laugh. No, you whisper loudly. You and King hear Tatsumaki waking up, ending your conversation. Tatsumaki looks at the souvenir and smiles. What are we doing today? She asks. Well, there's a jungle gym here. I know how much you like jumping, Tatsumaki. A lot of the displayed hang out there, King says. You and Tatsumaki agree on the decision. The three of you head out over to the jungle gym. There's things to climb on, jump on, trampolines, and there's even a normal gym across from there. The three of you walk in, and Tatsumaki starts doing flips and cartwheels on the trampolines. She does a handstand on one hand. Tatsumaki chuckles a bit, but the laughter doesn't last long. Tatsumaki's shirt slides down a bit because of how thin she is. Her breasts are showing, but she's quick to react. She gets back on her 2 feet. Good thing nobody noticed. King was standing still. I don't think anyone noticed, hombre, but I think we'd better get out of here, he says antsy. The three of you go exploring the convention. Tatsumaki gets a text message on her phone. What is it, you ask? Tatsumaki looks at the text. There's a link. She taps it and it takes her to an Instagram post. Tatsumaki's account was tagged along with yours and King's. It was a video of Tatsumaki's shirt slipping. She blushes. Maybe we'd better keep a low profile, you suggest. King nods in agreement. You spend the rest of your time there at the water park first, then the bar, and then the club. When it's night time, it's almost time for you to leave the convention. The three of you are there at the gym. Tatsumaki changed into her gym clothing. She wears a tank top and skin-tight shorts. She's running very fast on the treadmill, listening to some music. You're lifting weights and King's practicing balancing on a gym ball. When the convention ends, you have all your stuff in the trunk of the van, and some of it in the back seat. You're driving. King receives a text from Saitama. Who's it from, you ask? It's from your boy Saitama, King replies. The text reads, Hey King, you might be pissed, but Blizzard beat your score in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yes, that's right. Blizzard. King's eye twitches. Blizzard beat my Smash Bros. Score? King says. I'm not really into video games, but that must be painful for you, Tatsumaki says, patting King on the shoulder. You drive to Saitama's house. Genos welcomes you all in. Girl, you walked yourself into a heap of trouble, King says. Saitama passes King the controller and the match begins. Chapter 12. King's Party. King declared that this was going to be a party. Saitama, is it okay if we have a sleepover? You ask. Fuck it, why not? Me and Genos already decorated when Blizzard beat King's store. We knew this was going to happen. Genos was studying the TV screen. 2 gaming masters head to head. Tatsumaki was drinking a cola. Gino looked behind him and saw Tatsumaki drinking. I thought you were an alcohol kind of person. Let's just say I had enough alcohol over the weekend. I can't wait for my vacation, Tatsumaki thought. You and Saitama are chugging Sprite. The person who drinks the most Sprite is awarded the only Sprite cranberry left in the house. The two of you are both at 5 cans, and then, finally, Saitama forfeits by spitting his drink out. Tatsumaki hands you the Sprite cranberry. You drink the whole thing, and fall onto the floor exhausted. King and Blizzard are about to settle their scores, only a few more points away. Blizzard was too slow, though, and King used a combo attack. Finally, King was victorious once again. It's nighttime and everyone's going to bed. Some people sleeping upstairs, some on the floor or the couch. You and Tatsumaki are sharing a couch. Everyone's fallen asleep, and you are about to too when Tatsumaki sits on top of your crotch. You blush. You know, recently I've been thinking you're kinda hot, Tatsumaki says, leaning in close to you. The two of you kiss, and she rubs against you as you shiver. You and Tatsumaki keep kissing, and after a while of kissing, the two of you fall asleep. Chapter 13. The Fight. You wake up expecting Tatsumaki to be sleeping on top of you, but she isn't there. You hear yelling from across the room, and you turn around. There you see Blizzard and Tatsumaki fighting. Blizzard's crying. Whoa, 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 what the hell's going on? You yell. None of your business, you slutty bitch! Blizzard yells. You look at Tatsumaki. Tatsumaki shakes her head and you get the message to stop asking questions. Saitama rushes downstairs. He's just as confused as you. Blizzard spots Saitama. Get the hell out of here, Blizzard screams at him. He backs up. Blizzard's crying even more now. You take everything, Blizzard yells as she spots her staff from behind the couch. Blizzard grabs it and throws it into the air. She uses her powers to launch the staff at Tatsumaki's eye. Tatsumaki falls down and there's blood coming beside her eye. What the hell was that for? You scream at Blizzard. I said to get away, Blizzard says as she uses wind to knock you into a window. The window shatters and glass pieces stab into your back. Fuck, you gasp as blood drips from your back. Don't touch him, Tatsumaki yells at Blizzard. Saitama walks up to Blizzard and puts his hand on her shoulder. Blizzard turns around and punches Saitama in the face. He stumbles. He had a small bloody nose. Genos and King run downstairs. Ah, shit, Genos whispers. King runs over to you. Are you okay, hombre? King asks. You nod slightly. Don't you worry about a thing, amigo. Me and Genos here are gonna stop this fight, King tells you. No, Blizzard says, blasting King with wind. He falls to the floor and quickly gets up. He gets near something to hide behind. Blizzard, stop this, Tatsumaki yelled. You take everything. You're the worst sister ever. I loved him. Blizzard ran out the door. Genos ran to the doorway. Blizzard, he called. Fucking shit, you yell, still on the floor. Why did she do that? Why did she run? Saitama asked. I can't tell you that, Tatsumaki answered. You get up and you feel the glass in your back. You walk over to Tatsumaki and hug her. A tear rolls down her cheek. The two of you go back home. It's nighttime and you sleep cuddled with Tatsumaki. And you just realize what Blizzard meant. I loved him. Chapter 14. Relief. You wake up and see Tatsumaki standing in front of you. I want to apologize about my sister. She'll probably forgive everyone within a week. I wish I could forget about yesterday, Tatsumaki says. You hug her. Well, remember when we were on the couch a couple of nights ago? Tatsumaki pushes you down onto the bed and lays down on top. We weren't finished. Tatsumaki kisses you and she strips your shirt off. You blush and she smiles. She unzips your pants, revealing your underwear. She takes off your pants and now you're only wearing your underwear. Tatsumaki takes off her pajama top and bottom. You're naked now. Tatsumaki leans in to kiss you and you unhook her bra. She goes with you and slips her panties off. You're both naked now and kissing. The door suddenly opens. Okay, I'm sorry, sis. I was very harsh on you. Blizzard was standing in the doorway. She's cut off at the sight that she sees. The two of you stand up in front of Blizzard, Tatsumaki giving her exclamation. Yikes, I never knew the two of you would have sex, Blizzard says. We didn't. Kind of, Tatsumaki protests. Whatever, sis, Blizzard says. Wow, your name. I never knew you had such a nice body. Blizzard has her hand on your bared chest and she's dragging it lower. You pull away before she can go any further than your stomach. Blizzard smiles. Hey sis, mind if I stay a little longer? Blizzard gets closer to you, cornering you on the bed. Blizzard, get out now, Tatsumaki yells. She throws your clothes at you, and she quickly puts on her own. Tatsumaki pushes Blizzard out of the room and slams the door shut. The two of you have never been more embarrassed. Chapter 15. Friends Again. Everyone was at Blizzard's house, and she apologized to everyone. I want us to be friends again. Not just friends, but best friends, so we can fight monsters together. There was silence. Well, that speech was kind of crap, but I can't stay mad at you forever, amigo, King says. King hugged Blizzard. Everyone started clapping. You know how we always celebrate, right? Genos added. Another fucking party, everyone rolled. You and Tatsumaki are helping everyone to get ready, and you're standing next to her. You put your arms around Tatsumaki and whisper, I love you. Tatsumaki kisses you and replies, I love you too. It's nighttime and the party's begun. Tatsumaki walks outside in a new swimsuit. New style, I see, you say to her. She floats in the air in a cannonball position. Tatsumaki sucks in a large breath and stops floating, falling to the pool. Splash. Tatsumaki landed right in the water. King was drunk again and he face-planted into the water. You dive into the water and everybody else follows. Everyone's laughing and having a good time. You and Tatsumaki kiss again. Lovebirds, Saitama shouts across the pool. You laugh a little. Suddenly, a large siren goes off. Everybody stops what they're doing. A voice is heard over the siren. It says something like, threat level dragon. You and Tatsumaki stare at each other. Chapter 16. Threat level dragon. Everyone's gotten into their superhero outfits as quick as they can, and they made their way to the sound of the rumble. About 13 meters away, a giant spider is in front of everyone. The king spider has arrived. I'm going for the head, Blizzard yells as gusts of wind strike the spider. The spider was only just annoyed. It tries to step on Blizzard, but the spider's too slow. Hey guys, this thing's pretty slow, Blizzard calls out. Tatsumaki charges at a leg. The leg is cut clean off. The spider roars. Aim for the legs, guys, Tatsumaki calls out. You charge for 2 legs and slice them off. The spider falls on its side. King climbs to the spider and starts to kick its eyes. Tatsumaki blasts the spider's stomach out. Well, that was unnaturally easy, Tatsumaki states. Everyone is celebrating about this victory, every hero in the association. You and Tatsumaki are looking out a window thinking about the life ahead of you. You kiss her, and Blizzard sits next to you. I can't wait to train you more, she says. King sits next to Tatsumaki, and then comes Saitama and Genos. You look at Tatsumaki as you think of what she said to you a while ago. Something more. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. That was a real labor to read. Sorry if I kind of fucked with King's personality. I don't think he says hombre or fucking amigo in the show. I've never watched the fucking show. But honestly, it was one of the only ways I could cope with this fucking story. You know, I don't like to just shit on stories. There's a lot of stories that I've read which aren't perfect. I've written stories that aren't perfect. Nobody's expecting an amateur writer to write the perfect story. It's just, there was so much in this story that just tickled my brain the right way to make me want to hammer drill my head. So, you know,